The Four Noble Truths, Teachings of the Buddha. Introduction. More than 2 millennia ago, a spiritual sage named Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha, walked the earth spreading his teachings of wisdom and compassion. One of the central concepts taught by the Buddha is the Four Noble Truths. Let's explore each one of them. Number 1. The existence of suffering. Buddha began his teachings by emphasizing the undeniable reality of the existence of suffering. He called it dukkha in Sanskrit. Suffering can take many forms in our lives. Sickness, loss, sadness, and the constant feeling of dissatisfaction are just some of them. Buddha taught us to recognize and accept the reality of suffering. Number 2. The origin of suffering. Buddha then taught us about the origin of suffering. He identified craving and aversion as the fundamental causes of human suffering. Our incessant desires, attachments, and aversions create an endless cycle of dissatisfaction and suffering. Buddha encouraged us to understand the nature of these desires and seek release from them. Number 3. The cessation of suffering is possible. Buddha brought us hope by revealing that the cessation of suffering is possible. Buddha explains about the possibility of ending suffering. Buddha taught us that we can transcend suffering and reach a state of inner peace and liberation called nirvana. He encouraged us to believe in our potential for transformation. Number 4. The Noble Eightfold Path. Finally, Buddha showed us the way to the cessation of suffering, known as the Noble Eightfold Path. Buddha explains the 8 elements of the Noble Eightfold Path. The Noble Eightfold Path consists of 8 interconnected elements, including right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Following this path guides us towards liberation from suffering. Conclusion. The Four Noble Truths are a valuable guide to dealing with suffering and finding a path of inner peace and liberation. Buddha reminded us of the importance of recognizing suffering, understanding its causes, believing in the possibility of its cessation, and following the Noble Eightfold Path. His teachings continue to inspire and guide people in their search for a more meaningful life free of suffering. Dear audience, I would like to kindly ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, share valuable and inspiring content, and by subscribing, you'll be part of a learning and growing community. You will receive notifications about new videos and be able to interact with me and other members. Let's create a positive and enriching environment together.